how I make some ramen noodle soup from stuff from my garden. All right, let's grab an onion and a garlic. We're also gonna need some bone broth. All right, let me get all fancy style. Here's an onion. I got it from downstairs. We're gonna go ahead and chop that sucker up. I'm gonna cut off those eggs. I'm gonna keep those. I'll show you why later. I'm gonna peel all those off. I'm gonna go chop it and do it how I like it. All right, next I'm gonna go ahead and grab my onion from the garden. Gonna go and flatten that up. And again, chop it up the way I like it. And make sure I save those peels. I'll show you why again. Put the bone broth in the microwave for 2 minutes and get it going. Microwave, grab your scraps, throw them in a bag. Keep these for bone broth or soup stock later. Get your stove going and get some oil. I use avocado oil. Get it in there. It heats up, throw our onions in there. And then I'm gonna grab some salt. Get some salt in there. Don't put too much. So I'll end up putting some aminos and some miso paste, and those are very salty. Go ahead and just mix it around. So after the onions are in there for a few minutes, grab your garlic, fresh garlic from the garden. Mix it around, let it sit for about 1 to 2 minutes. We don't want the garlic to burn, so I'm gonna turn down the heat just a little bit. Leave it in there for about 1 to 2 minutes. All right, next we're gonna grab some liquid aminos, and I just squirted a good amount in there. It's in there, again, let's go ahead and mix it up. For miso paste, I use brown miso paste, and I just put a lump in there. And again, go in and mix that guy right up. I'm gonna get my heat halfway. Mix it up again. We're gonna add our ground turmeric. I hope next year I'll be using my garden turmeric. But I put a good amount in there. Hit it with some black pepper. Mix that up. The reason why I add black pepper is because the benefits of turmeric do not get activated until you add that black pepper. And so it's gonna look kind of like a gravy in there. Perfect. Grab our homemade bone broth, throw that in there. Break it up, throw it in there. It's gonna reduce the temperature in there a lot. Go ahead and stir it up. I then add a half a cup of a mason jar of water in there. Then we want to add our ginger. Gonna add that ginger in there after I put the bone broth in there. Next, I'm gonna grab some kombu. I'm gonna throw that in there. And then I'm gonna grab some peanut butter. I'm gonna grab a good teaspoon of peanut butter. Put the peanut butter in there. The peanut butter will make it nice and creamy. I'm gonna keep the kombu in there until it starts to boil. Before I put the noodles in, you're gonna pull that kombu out. All right, so while that's boiling, I'm gonna grab 3 mushrooms, and I'm gonna get my baby bok choy and a non-hard-boiled egg, so a regular egg. I'm gonna chop my mushrooms up to the way I like them. I'm gonna take my bok choy, I'm gonna cut it right down the middle. And then I'm gonna cut it again, so we want 1/4 of the bok choy. All right, now that it's boiling, I'm gonna grab that kombu out. I'm gonna put my bok choy in. I'm gonna grab my mushrooms and my egg, not hard boiled, and put it in there. Lid, and put it on there for a couple minutes. All right, once you have a really good boil, and it's been at least 3 to 4 minutes, grab your favorite ramen noodles. I like the Ocean Halo ramen noodles. We're gonna grab these guys and get them out of the bag. Throw them in there. Get them in there and cook them as long as you're supposed to. Then there's only one thing to do. Enjoy your homemade ramen noodle from things from your garden. This is Matt the Garden Guy. Hope you like what I'm doing. Please give us a thumbs up, a share. Whatever you need to do. Talk to you later and keep growing.